You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Well, good evening, Radio 1 listeners. Today is Friday and November the 10th. We're here with you again. We're glad that you tuned in. Lives with Spirit 1340 WYCB. We got another special show for you today with Miss Gloria Hightower. She's the president of the Friends of the Hightower. Today she's going to talk about a special go-go show that meets comedy. And I'm excited to have her on. She's going to be here with two of her board members. Let's say hello to Gloria, and she's going to introduce her two board members. And we're going to come on the second half to talk about this exciting show that's coming up. Gloria?
Yes, thank you so much, host, incomparable Mrs. Lyndia Grant. I am just elated to have one of our newest executive members, Lady Juanita Britton, that does the BZB International events and businesses in Africa and Ghana, along with the one and only legal compliance consultant and 4-year term former member of the Friends Group, Mr. James Butler, JB. It's just a privilege to be on your show again to talk about our third annual mini concert public awareness and award ceremony that will be premiered live again in the heart of Washington, D.C. at the new and appealing Capitol Turnaround Facility. So thank you so much.
And let's say hello to both of them. How are you both board members tonight?
Ladies first.
I'm doing excellent. Thank you. This is Juanita. Excuse me, James. Go right ahead.
No, I was saying ladies first, the way it should be.
All right.
Lyndia Grant.
Yes,
this
sir.
is James Butler, and thanks for having us.
All right. I'm so glad to have you on. You all stay tuned. Tell everybody to tune in. Soon as we finish with Dr. Julianne Malvo, she's a regular with us every week. She is a world traveler and a speaker extraordinaire. And I just like to let folks know that she has been a regular with us now for a few years. And so she's going to talk to us about what's going on in politics. Isn't that a mess? I'm kind of glad to have her talk to us today because I haven't even been listening to the news. It's too much for me. So let's talk to Dr. Julianne. How are you today, Dr. Julianne?
Hey, Lyndia. Good to talk to you. There's so much to talk about. But let me begin with Rashida Tlaib, an ally of African-American folk, part of the squad. She was censured on Tuesday night in Congress, censured for her comments that she made about Hamas. She, of course, is Palestinian. She's been pushing very hard for a ceasefire, and she's not getting any traction on that from President Biden. Many others, as the number of Palestinians being massacred by Israel, as that number grows, we're saying that it's 10,000 and maybe even more. They're just bombing. They bomb hospitals. They bomb refugee shelters. And so she has been very vocal about what's wrong with that. And she did use the phrase that many in Israel do not like, from the ocean to the sea. See, they think that they believe, and many also do believe, from the ocean to the sea means that they want to eliminate Israel. But at the same time, she said she used it as a liberation kind of statement of the Palestinians would be free. Now, one can interpret it any way you want to, but a censure is very, very serious. It's happened less than 30 times in the Congress. And at the last censure I remember, of course I wasn't alive, but I remember reading about, was Adam Clayton Powell. I recall in the late 80s, Congress wanting to censure Mr. Farrakhan, and we were all like, he's not a member of Congress. What's wrong with y'all? But in any case, this is a very serious rebuke for Rashida, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, where the population is very heavily Palestinian/Arab/Muslim. And Michigan is a state that Joe Biden carried in 2020, narrowly, but he did carry it. It doesn't look like he's going to carry it in 2024 unless something happens. She wants a ceasefire. Many want a ceasefire. Biden stands with Israel. Biden, beware, because the young people do not care about what you've done with student loans or other things. This is a line in the sand for them, and you better watch out. I am a ride or die Biden, kind of. Ride or die Biden, but if he doesn't do some things about young people, the polls last week are showing horrible numbers for him. And again, who he's losing? African Americans. He's using other people of color. He's losing young people. And so that is a coalition that he desperately needs, and he needs to figure it out. Now, how sweet it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is. In Kentucky, Andy Beshear won his election. He won his election. It was close, but it wasn't so close as to say he almost lost it. Daniel Cameron, Tamika Mallory, the young sister from the Women's March, Tamika Mallory and her crew moved down to Kentucky essentially to repudiate Cameron. How come? Cameron is the one who failed to bring charges against those killers of Breonna Taylor. So that young lady was killed in her home with a mistaken no-knock warrant, and the only person who paid a price is a policeman who shot into the next-door apartment. No one else has paid a price. And so Tamika Mallory deserves kudos about this. It wasn't just about Tamika. Cameron, of course, was endorsed by Trump. He's a protege of Mitch McConnell. So we know what kind of devilment he would have been into in the House, in the Congress, in the Senate, rather. And, you know, there's Beshear has been a very strong advocate of health care. And that's one of the reasons I think that he also prevailed. Now, abortion everywhere. Mm-hmm. Glenn Youngkin, the governor of Virginia, made this a referendum about abortion. Had he not, he would not have experienced what he did. Democrats won the lower house in Virginia, and they won the Senate. So this Republican governor has no back. He begged. He said, please send me people I can work with. Well, they sent him some people, all right. But again, this is mostly his fault. He wanted to make abortion a referendum. And what we know about the American people, a lot of people don't like abortion, but they also don't like people attempting to run women's lives and control women's bodies. The abortion issue, as far as I'm concerned, is a deal between a sister and her doctor. Mm-hmm. It does not belong on the ballot. So Ohio, also now in Ohio, abortion is part of their state constitution. They're saying women have a right to have abortion access because, as you know, state by state, they've been chipping it away. So Ohio, by a resounding majority, essentially supported abortion rights. Now, supporting abortion rights is not the same as supporting abortion. Many Christians do not support abortion, but many Christians also do support a woman's right to choose. Ohio also passed a law legalizing marijuana, so they just had themselves a good old time in Ohio. We love it. In Mississippi, of course, Tate Reeves won. A Democrat has not been governor of Mississippi since Democrats have been right, which hasn't been always, as we know. But anyway, the Tate Reeves won in Mississippi. He beat Elvis Presley's cousin. In Houston, Sheila Jackson Lee, our friend, colleague, ally, is in a runoff for the mayoralty with Mr. Whitmore, who is also a Democrat. He's running on a law and order platform. We know how that goes. And in Philly, the first black woman will be the mayor. Her name is Sherelle Parker. We're excited for her. She said she was Philly born and bred. She'll be Philly till she dead. That was a quote from her acceptance speech. The Wednesday night, the Republicans will debate. We are recording before that, but let's just be clear. The person to watch is Nikki Haley. The two front runners now are Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. I don't know about poor Tim Scott, but we're not going to really worry about that. And then we know that our beleaguered former president, that's how we can call him, our beleaguered former president is showing his whole set of hind parts in court. Mm-hmm. He's been sparring with the judge in New York, sparring to the point the judge told his lawyer, if you can't control your client, I will. In other words, he's had outbursts. He's been argumentative. He's attacked the attorney general. He's just been behaving like his natural self. What do we expect? As the judge said to him, this is a courtroom, not a rally. But what we know is that 45, as I like to call him when I don't want to call his name because I don't feel like cursing, 45 really is playing to the public. This case is serious. He can be fined. He's already been fined twice. He can be fined up to $250 million. He could be put out of business in New York State. He could be told you cannot do business in New York State. So there are many, many consequences here, but he's treating it like a big old joke. I guess he's figuring that he can always appeal, and I suppose if, heaven forbid, he wins as president, he will indeed appeal. We are up against the wall. November 17th is the date when the lights can go out. Again, this is just unreasonable. Mike Johnson, the segregationists that they put really as Speaker of the House, wants to go bit by bit by bit. If he tries to do too much, many of us know what will happen. They'll treat him just like they treated Kevin McCarthy. So he doesn't want to be the shortest-lived speaker in history, but he will be, one way or another, if he does not figure out how to keep this government open. As I said, Lyndia, this has been an exciting week, very, very exciting. And so I'm going to end there. Congratulations to the winners, especially to Sherelle Parker and to Governor Andrew Beshear, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Julian. I didn't watch all that, so I thank you for bringing me up to date.
Thank you always for the opportunity.
All right. Bye.
If it wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Washington and former religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Who Moved My Cheese is a book about two types of people, those who accept change quickly and move on, and those who hem and haw and try to figure things out. They didn't see change coming and waste valuable time trying to figure out what happened. How did this happen to me? Let's call this group procrastinators. The lesson inside the cheese story is simple. Life is change. Gerther said it best when he said, if I accept you as you are, I will make you worse. However, if I treat you as though you are what you're capable of becoming, I help you become that. We must change and keep moving. The Bible tells us to seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open unto you, ask and it shall be given.
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at WashingtonInformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.
This is Frank Smith with the African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C., located at 1925 Vermont Avenue Northwest on the Green Line. Did you know that a recent study found that children who visit museums do better in school and in life than children who do not? So parents, teachers, and preachers, let's get moving. I promise you, if you bring your children to the African American Civil War Museum, they will be inspired by the images that they see. They will be impressed by our living history reenactors who are always available, and they will be involved in our scavenger hunt that takes them throughout our exhibit. That's the African American Civil War Museum, 1925 Vermont Avenue. Our hours are 10 to 6:30 on weekdays, 12 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. See it. Be inspired.
I'm trying to reach a Mona, please.
This is her.
Hi, how you doing? My name is James over with the corporation. I'm with the corporate wardrobe. You've been with the company for about 8 years now. Am I correct, Mona?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're correct.
Like I said, I'm from corporate wardrobe. Wanted to kind of give you a call. There's been some conversation about it, but wanted to give you a call about your appearance in the office.
Okay.
Okay. Now, your appearance seems to be pretty much intact as far as your clothing is concerned. So it has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Now, first of all, what are my appearance have to do with your corporation?
Well, what's going on? Like I said, you've been with Corp for about what, 8 years now? Am I right?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. And
but you calling me, telling me something about my appearance.
Right,
so I
right.
just need
now,
to know
what I wanted to talk to you about is that what some of the workers in the office are having a problem with, and what we want to do is get you an actual doctor's appointment, because we want to see about helping you get a breast reduction.
Oh, what? A breast reduction?
Okay, now you. I mean, from my understanding, that your breasts are too large.
Hold up. Now, who is this person? Who is this again?
My name is James. Like I said, I'm with Corporate Wardrobe, and I'm calling you actually pretty much from Human Resources of Corporation.
Okay, now if you ain't calling him about something else concerning what we do here, instead of you calling me, telling me something about giving me a breast reduction, what you need to do is try to dig up some more because what I'm doing up in here, I'm going to wear them. They was on here, and I'm going to wear them. They came out, I wear them for them.
Mona,
we are back. We're ready for our second half of our show. Oh, my goodness, I'm so excited. Welcome back to the show again, Gloria. Every time she have a show, we promote it on this radio station. We're glad that she keeps her in the midst of all of the publicity that she's been doing for her show. All right, Gloria Hightower, talk to us. If you don't mind, I'm going to talk about what I saw on this promotion that you sent out. It says, when comedy meets DC's Go-Go, featuring nephew Tommy, Joe Claire, Mike Washington, Sirius and Company, The Sugar Bear, and Black Alley. Tell us about this exciting show and how people can get tickets and what's going to be going on here. What's up, Gloria?
Well, very quickly, the Friends have done, this is our third annual mini concert. The first one we did was solely public awareness so that people would know what's going on with the National Park Service as it relates to the reopening of Carterburg. The second year, we did the Black Tie public awareness with the Temptations, and the Park Service, for whatever reason, was unable to come. But this year, we wanted something to do where it really would drive the Park Service out so that we could hand deliver them the gift that they could use towards reopening. And we wanted something different that has never been done. So, we wanted this fundraiser event ceremony to be something that has yet to be done in the heart of the District of Columbia. And thanks to our mayor, thanks to the Office of Cable TV, Film, Media, and Entertainment, to the Commission on the Arts and Humanities, Events DC, Veteran Service Corp, as well as Amy John Garvey and ticket sponsors, that we're going to do Where Comedy Meets DC's Go-Go. So we're going to have our American stand-up comedians come, and the headliner is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and we're going to end it with an after party that is going to be Go-Go with none other than Black Alley, along with Sirius and Company, featuring the Sugar Bear, an event you don't want to miss. An event truly you don't want to miss. And I would like Lyndia, if our newest executive member, Miss Lady Juanita Britton, can talk about a little bit why was it important for this event to occur as it relates to having a comedy show that would integrate DC Go-Go, followed by Mr. James Butler to tell a little bit about what we're doing on Capitol Hill.
All right. Go ahead, Juanita.
Well, just imagine we're in D.C. and we are the home and the beginners of go-go, and as it is all around the world now. I was in Ghana and they were listening to go-go, which was very exciting for me. And of course, we've got a lot of comedians that have come out of D.C. D.C. folks enjoy good comedy. We've got Mike Washington. He's a rising star. Our host is Joe Claire, none other than Joe Claire, who is a star right here in the DMV, and we are loving that he is coming in with us to host. And then we're going to feature Nephew Tommy. And, of course, we all know we laugh at his prank calls, but he does have a good show around comedy. And, of course, our homegrown band, Sirius and Company, Black Alley featuring Sugar Bear, is just a wonderful lineup. And then I'm so excited that we will be in what used to be called the Blue Castle, and it's now called the Capitol Turnaround. And that is right in the area of the Navy Yard Station stop. And it just feels like, we're going to have a whole VIP experience. We actually are thinking that, you might want to get dressed up that night. That's going to be a great night. It's a Sunday evening, go out to dinner before, come and enjoy the show, have a beautiful Sunday evening with a great date, and come and enjoy yourself. That's what we're saying. And the biggest part of it is that this is a fundraiser, as we are so trying to make sure that we stay and keep the Carter Barron in our family. The Friends of Carter Barron has been planning and preparing for the future of the Carter Barron to remain in the hands of Washingtonians, and that is our goal as we fundraise to stay connected with that piece of property that was given to the District of Columbia. But it is a federal landmark, and so we have to keep in mind that it's a very important facility. Many Washingtonians just kind of came up and had their first concerts at the Carter Barron. I mean, I moved here in the 80s, and it was just a dream to be able to go there and see all the important acts that have come there. Everybody that is famous now came through the Carter Barron, so we want to keep that going. So come on out, everybody, and plan to come and party with us on the 19th.
All right. Let's go to the next guest board member.
Yeah, and thanks, Ms. Grant. This is exciting times ahead. It truly is, I believe, the first time where there's ever been comedy meeting go-go in D.C., and so that excites me. And I think the date was mentioned, but I want to mention it again so no one misses it. It's November 19th, that's Sunday, November 19th from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Capitol Turnaround. Folks, that's located at 770 M Street, Southeast D.C. Want to talk a little bit about what we've been doing on the Hill and some of the historical parts of the Carter Barron Amphitheater. Frequently you hear of people going to Capitol Hill to push for statehood, and that's all fine and good. But what we've been doing lately is pushing to raise awareness from our Congress people for a line item to ensure that they are aware, literally, because a lot of people aren't, that the Carter Barron Amphitheater is a federal landmark that belongs to not only the people of the district, but the people of the United States of America. In addition to that, I think this misses a lot of people, that one of the first venues in D.C. that would accept blacks and Jews was the Carter Barron Amphitheater. That is literally historical in and of itself. Many may know that in 2011, an earthquake hit D.C., destroyed a lot of landmarks and some homes and those sorts of things. Every landmark has been fixed, including the Washington Monument. except the Carter Barron Amphitheater. It was only discovered, I believe, in 2017 that the amphitheater had structural damage and needed to be closed down permanently, or what they thought was permanently. It was permanent until groups like the Friends of Carter Barron pushed and said, no, we're not going to have this federal landmark given to the people of the United States and the people of the district setting in disrepair right in our backyards in Ward 4. So we are pushing to raise awareness that all of our Congress people are aware, and we can get monies from federal, the feds, as well as our city government to reopen this national treasure. So that's what we've been spending a lot of time on Capitol Hill doing. And I'm proud and happy to say a short time from now, with the help of you all supporting concerts like these, that we will soon reopen the Carter Barron Amphitheater for the performing arts.
All right. Well, thank you, Gloria. Gloria, give us the closing comments, Gloria, because we're almost out of time.
I'd just like to thank again the new partnership from the Office of Cable TV, Film, Music, and Entertainment under Director LaToya Foster, from Executive Director Aaron Myers, and the other commissioners from the Commission on the Arts and Humanities, Events DC, under the leadership of none other than Director Angie Gates, and the rest of the both. Let me say this. Carter Barron belongs to the people of the United States of America, as it was so eloquently stated by none other than James Butler, J.D. And we love it being in the heart of the nation's capital, because that commemorates, that is the only entertainment venue that commemorates our founding fathers of America moved from the state of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, into the heart of Washington, D.C., long before we had home rule. So thank you, Lady Lyndia Grant, for making sure that the third annual mini concert of the Friends of Carter Barron Foundation for the Performing Arts attracts and appeals to your profound listeners.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be about 9 days from now. We look forward to people getting their tickets. Give them a number to call or tell them how they can get tickets.
That's right. There's the VIP tickets. There are the early bird tickets that end. I'm going to make it end to Friday because I'm on your show. And we're going to end on Wednesday, but we're going to make it end on Friday on this show tonight on November the 10th, Friday. Okay? And the telephone number for more information for ticket sales is 202-681-2744. That is 202-681-2744. The Friends of Carter Barron will see you there Sunday, November 19th, 2023, from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m., where comedy meets DC's Go-Go.
All right. Well, we hope to see you there. Thank you for coming on tonight, Gloria, and both of your board members. I always like to invite you to my church. Join us at the All Nations Baptist Church, where our pastor is the Reverend Dr. James Coleman. We're located at number 2 Rhode Island Avenue, Northeast, Washington, D.C. If you enjoy singing, give me a call. The number at the church is 202-832-9591. Each week I close with the quote by Earl Nightingale, who once said, "Words, thoughts, and deeds have a boomerang effect, so be careful what you send out. We do become what we think about." And Scripture says, "My people perish for the lack of knowledge." So think on these things. From the Lyndia Grant Show, I am your host, Lyndia Grant. Until next week, good day.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.